Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Anybody watch the testimony this afternoon? Before, it had the Judiciary Committee, right? For the House Judiciary Committee, it was a parliamentary smackdown. The Capitol Dome became the Thunderdome. And it's all during the testimony of FBI agent and man thinking about Cold Stone Creamery, Peter Strzok. Back in 2016, Strzok was part of the FBI's investigations into both Hillary Clinton and the Trump campaign. Since then, it's come out that he exchanged anti-Trump text messages with his mistress, an FBI lawyer, saying things like, God, Hillary should win 100 million to 0, Trump is a idiot, and what the happened to our country? I don't know, but hopefully Robert Mueller will tell us soon. Now, Republicans see these texts as proof of a vast conspiracy within the FBI to stop Donald Trump from being elected president. And here's how devious and how deep they went. In order to keep it a secret, they let him get elected president. But when Strzok went before Congress today, the heat was on, which is why we're calling our coverage Red Hot Congressional Stroke Fest 2018. Now, welcome. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Stroke Fest. Right from his opening statement, Strzok came out swinging.
I have the utmost respect for Congress's oversight role, but I strongly believe today's hearing is just another victory notch in Putin's belt.
After the last 2 years, I'm not sure Putin has any belt left. It's all notch at this point. But then the grilling began, starting with questions from South Carolina Congressman and Supercuts vampire Trey Gowdy. No matter how you feel about Strzok's tests, you have to agree it was fun to hear Trey Gowdy read the text out loud.
You said Trump is a disaster. OMG, this is effing terrifying.
You went on to say, WTF, babe, this guy's thirsty AF. It's lit fidget spinner, hashtag Ken Bone. Now, Strzok declined to answer some of Gowdy's questions based on instructions from FBI lawyers, and that's when all rhetorical hell broke loose. Check out the exchange between chair of the House Judiciary Committee and mannequin head that makeup artists practice on, Bob Goodlatte, and Democratic congressman and one of my top 5 favorite Geralds, Gerald Nadler, 'cause it's about to get real.
Mr. Strzok, you are under subpoena and are required to answer the question. Are you objecting to the question? If so, please state your objection.
Mr. Chairman, I object.
The gentleman does not have standing to object. There is no
point of order.
No point of order here. The
point of order should be heard. If we have a problem with this policy, we should take it up with the FBI, not badger Mr. Strzok.
The gentleman's point of order is not well taken.
It's right on point.
No, it's not.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Let me continue.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Point of order.
Do you understand that?
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
The question is directed to the witness.
And I have a point of order before he answers the question.
The point of order is not well taken until...
You don't know what the point of order is. You can't say it's not well taken.
The point of order, the witness will answer the question.
Mr. Chairman, I raise my point of order, and I insist on it.
Damn, it is Robert's rules of back off, bitch, or I will cut you. Point of order. The point of order is not taken. Well taken. Point of order, you must take my point of order, and you must take it well. Subsequent point of order not taken. Point of order pursuant to the previous point of order regarding the wellness of its takenitude. The gentleman will yield all of his points and all of his orders. I appeal the pointiness of that order unto the objection, which I am holding in contempt of previous orders and points. I appeal your appeal. Everything you appeal bounces off me and appeals onto you. New point of order. New point of order. The chair. New point of order. The chair will recognize that you're a big, dumb, stupid head. The chair will not recognize your point because this is what you look like. Durr. Point of order. You. Point of order. No. You. The battle raged on as Goodlatte refused to let Strzok confer with the FBI counsel.
Counsel for the FBI is sitting here behind me. May I consult with them?
You may consult with your own counsel.
But I may not consult with the FBI's counsel?
Only with your own counsel.
Mr. Chairman, there's no basis for that. He can consult with the FBI counsel. He's an FBI employee.
The gentleman is not recognized.
And the chairman is not being proper.
The chairman is being proper.
The witness can't be directed not to confer with his attorney.
Congressman Andy Cohen is right. This is the first time I've seen Congress as frustrated with Congress as we are. And things you can't do that. You can't. What? You can't. And things got even crazier when Jerry Nadler accused Goodlatte of hiding the truth.
I will observe that the chairman will not answer the question and that this is part of the continuing evasion and attempt at obfuscation because
Will the gentleman yield?
Damn! Do you see that? He's lit. The chairman wants to know if the gentleman will yield. Goodlatte's gonna bring the gavel down. Okay. Let's watch the fur fly.
Will the gentleman yield?
No, not at the moment. I will in a moment.
Very good.
Okay, you can take that back. There you go. But the big battle, of course, was between Strzok and Trey Gowdy.
Your testimony is Bob Mueller did not kick you off because of the content of your text. He kicked you off because of some appearance.
I'm stating to you it is not my understanding that he kicked me off because of any bias, that it was done based on the appearance. If you want to represent what you said accurately, I'm happy to answer that question, but I don't appreciate what was originally said being changed.
I don't give a damn what you appreciate, Agent Strzok. I don't appreciate having an FBI agent with an unprecedented level of animus working on 2 major investigations during 2016.
Wow, that was intense. It was like A Few Good Men, but with even fewer good men. Now, Gowdy was finished questioning, but the Democrats insisted that Agent Strzok be allowed to answer, and he did.
I can assure you, Mr. Chairman, at no time in any of these texts did those personal beliefs ever enter into the realm of any action I took. The suggestion that I, in some dark chamber somewhere in the FBI, would somehow cast aside all of these procedures, all of these safeguards, and somehow be able to do this is astounding to me. It simply couldn't happen. And the proposition that that is going on, that it might occur anywhere in the FBI, deeply corrodes what the FBI is in American society, the effectiveness of their mission, and it is deeply destructive.
I was wondering why Gowdy was slumped so far down in his chair. Turns out it's because he had his ass handed to him. It was just spine. It was just legs and spine just gone. But then, of course, There was a lunch break, and after lunch, it was payback time, baby. So Gowdy's buddy, Texas congressman, and face painted on an egg, Louis Gohmertz, lit into Strzok.
I can't help but wonder when I see you looking there with a little smirk, how many times did you look so innocent into your wife's eye and lie to her about Lisa?
Mr. Chairman, this is outrageous.
Credibility of a witness
Shame
is always
on you,
an issue.
Mr. Chairman, please.
Have you know, Chairman, this is intolerable harassment of the witness.
What's wrong with that? You need your medication.
Wow. It's a good point. I think we'd all be better off with some drugs to get through this. Once again, Strzok back.
I have always told the truth. The fact that you would accuse me otherwise, the fact that you would question whether or not that was the sort of look I would engage with in a family member who I have acknowledged hurting, goes more to a discussion about your character and what you stand for and what is going inside you.
It's not our business what's going inside Louis Gohmertz. But I'm going to assume that Strzok meant what's going on inside Louis Gohmertz, which is an excellent point. Jimmy, what is going on inside Louis Gohmertz?
And I can't help but wonder when I see you looking there with a little smirk, how many times did you look so innocent into your wife?
It's much more complex than I thought. I misjudged the man. So it looks like what happened here is that Congress hauled in an FBI agent in an effort to undermine the integrity of law enforcement and protect the president from being investigated for potentially criminal acts. Or as Trey Gowdy would say,
OMG, this is effing terrifying.
we got a great show for you tonight. Lawrence O'Donnell is here. But when we return, Donald Trump in Europe. Stick around.